Matthew, you know these verses. I'm reading. This is just, I haven't even got to what I want to. This is just pre-Pentecostal passages. Look at verse 17 of Matthew 16. Jesus answered and said unto him, well, let me give you the context. Jesus says in verse 15, he says, well, who do men say that I am? Let me go back to verse 13. Sorry. Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi. He asked the disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? Well, here's what popular opinion is. Some think you're John the Baptist. Some say Elijah. Others say you're Jeremiah. You're one of the prophets. He said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter, that's the one who is so prolific in Acts chapter 2, and it was pretty profound here for a moment. He said, thou art the Christ, the anointed one, the Son of the living God. Watch this. Peter had no inclination as to the messiahship of Jesus at this time. But he used the term Christ, Christos. He moved into the future. He went into the realm of after the crucifixion and brought a revelation back into the past and said, though we're not there yet, let me tell you who you are. You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Oh no, Jesus always was. But in Peter's life, he would not yet be. I don't have time to develop it, but let me move on. So he says to Peter, he says, blessed or get ready to be enlarged, Peter. He says, matter of fact, he says, flesh and blood didn't tell you that, but it was revealed unto you by my Father. Look at the word revealed. It's the same word apocalypse. We use the word revelation, the book of. This word revealed is not in the present tense, it's not in the future tense, it's in the completed past. In other words, what Jesus was telling to Peter, he says, Peter, there's something in your knower that already has and contains all truth. You just don't know it's there yet. So I'm going to reach into your knower and pull out of you what's already there because it was settled in your spirit before the foundation of the earth. It's just going to come out of you now and you're going to think it's new, but it's not new at all. It's been there all the time. My God. So he said, flesh and blood didn't tell you this, but my Father. And all of a sudden, here comes the association. Now my Father. Oh, it's my Father. Yeah, it's my Father here. But go back to Matthew chapter 6. He'd already told the disciples, when you pray our Pater, our Father. And they're thinking, they're saying, well, what does that mean? But now all of a sudden, Peter remembers what he was taught to pray. So maybe that meant the prayer preceded the revelation. Now let me move on. I don't have time to get stopped in these places. Verse 18 says, I say unto you, he says, I say unto thee, that thou art Peter. All of a sudden God changes the direction of his life. Y'all got to listen to me. You got to listen to me quickly. He said, you are Peter. He calls him by another name. Simon Bar-Jonah, you are as flaky and you are as unstable as the wind that blows the reed. This is who you are presently. But I'm about to call out of you something so solid that when people look at you, they're going to see you just a smaller